Hello and welcome to Legends League 2020 Season 1. I'm Irish White Boy and I am co-casting with Turd Ferguson. How are you doing today, man?
Doing great, bro.
Alright, so today we have a game between Team Step Brothers and Team Hobie. So Team Step Brothers, they actually are 3-2 going into this game, and this is Team Hobie's first game of the season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Team Hobie does. Game, brand new items, all that shenanigans going on.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they synergize as a team. They're going up against a team that's already played 5 games in the season. And again, the reason for that is in this league, we made it pretty relaxed where the captains organize when they're available. So some teams got a running head start, like Team Step Brothers. And, like I said, they've already played 5 games. And so this is Hobie's debut. So no surprise with the Samara ban. I know Cobb 12 has been practicing that a lot. Again, no surprise with the Shin ban either. That's something Life of Aori has a pretty good mastery over. But I actually don't know much about Team Hobie's players. What about you, Turd?
Yeah, so we were scheduled to play them on Sunday, and then they had some technical errors. One of their players had a computer issue, so I'm not 100% sure about like too many of their players. I'm pretty sure Hobie's their jungler, and I think he's a pretty good Olaf. And then I think that their first overall pick was their support, Quintessence maybe.
That sounds
Um,
right. I know Fatboy Beatdown's their top laner. Thessaly's their ADC. Um, but again, I've never really played with these guys or played against them. I know a little bit about Hobie. I know he's been Diamond before, currently Plat 1. Looks like he's
oh
locking in.
yeah, that's gonna be his Graves. That's one champ that we were looking to ban from him. He had a lot of Graves in his match history, and he was popping off. So
So he gets a comfort pick for his first game then.
there he goes. See what happens with their next pick here.
Yeah, they also banned his Olaf, so that's probably why he fell back to the Graves. And then Thunderpants is going to be on the Kha'Zix, and I know he has a lot of mastery over this champion as well. I think he's more of like a 4 or 5 pick jungle player, so he's on one of his mains this game. I like to see this matchup between the two players. Oh, and Cobb 12 gets another comfort pick on their side, so he's played a lot of Tristana in the season. I personally would say that's probably his best showing has been him on Tristana. Um, so guess
Yeah,
he
Cobb
gets
12's definitely been lights out on the Tristana. I think they're probably gonna try to pair something up in the bot lane here with Majin Boom. Their bot lane's been pretty lethal this year.
yeah.
Oh, they're going for the top lane pick for the Life of Aori here with Camille.
Yeah, they're probably worried about getting his top lane pick through the second round ban. So he probably just decided to take it. He has a deep champ pool as well, but I think a lot of people focus on his carry potential on the Camille and the Irelia. So you typically see those bans thrown his way, and he gets countered with a Poppy. We'll have to see. I don't mean that matchup's going to be really interesting top lane. I'm actually pretty excited for that.
Well, as far as I know, both teams have had pretty good bans. So it looks like they've done a pretty good job of scouting. We'll see what Team One does here with their follow-up bans.
Yeah, I'm thinking, is Hobie's team going to ban the Alistair here? Because I think
I
that's
definitely
been,
would. That
yeah.
Alistar has been a terror.
Oh, the Senna. Okay.
That's awkward.
I feel like they're going to fall back to the Alistair here. I just don't know enough about Hobie's team, but they're banning, they banned the Lulu, they banned the Nami. So I wonder, is it Griffin Dart that's their support? I believe
Oh
that's
yeah,
right.
it is Dart. Yeah, yeah.
I wonder what he will fall back on with 2 bans thrown his way. 3, I guess, with the Nautilus ban here. It'll be exciting to see Thessaly play. I had the privilege of getting to cast with him in my last game, and I had actually never really met him before that cast, and he seemed like he had a good head on his shoulders, pretty knowledgeable about the game, so I'm excited to see him play.
Morgana.
Yeah, Morgana's pretty good. So you know how on Tristana you can buffer the jump and you can get out of a lot of CC?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that work on the Morgana's Q though? I mean, I guess maybe it would, right? But it's still gonna lock him up for
Yeah,
two and a
you
half
get locked
seconds.
down at the end of the jump, I'm pretty sure.
But that's only if COP 12 has the reaction time to buffer that jump, right?
Correct.
There's that Alistair.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah. So they saved mid lane for their counter pick on Team Hobie. We'll have to see. I don't know. I'm really interested to see the power of the counter pick, right? I feel like some teams have really utilized it, other teams haven't. It's just such a powerful position to be in, and they lock in the rise for undies. So that's a pretty safe, hard to abuse champ for the mid lane, in my opinion. So interesting to see what Quintessence picks here. Lux.
Interesting. All right, all right. We got some good range from Team 2. Long range poke. Team
Yeah,
1's just kind of get up in your face and show you what we got.
yeah, they really are. So if you throwing out player discrepancy or player skill, just looking at comps, looking at these two comps, who do you think has the advantage here?
I man, it's really tough to say because I really like the dive and the all in, and then especially with the flank for if you get a good flank from a Kha'Zix. From Team 1, but Team 2 does have pretty good disengage. You know, they've got the Poppy, Morgana, Lux, and I don't know. It'll be fun to see these two teams going head to head here. I want to say I'll give Team 1 the upper hand just because they've had this will be what their 6th match, um, as opposed to the first match for Hobie's team.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
if we're talking about the team's power levels, I mean, I expect Step Brothers with the experience they have in the league. I kind of expect them to kind of clutch out this win unless Hobie, Team Hobie comes out with some surprises here, just because it seems like most teams when they play their first game are a little bit more hesitant. There hasn't been a lot of teams that have stepped on the rift in their first game and been really aggressive. I mean, but I would love to see that. Um, but the one thing I would say for Team Step Brothers, they do have 3 AD carries. I mean, they do have the rise. But if you built some armor, I mean, you're itemizing against 3 of their carries.
it's very
And
true.
Team Hobie's a little bit more split because they have the Jin and the Graves, and then the Lux Morgana. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I think both teams have really good comps, and the damage mix is pretty diverse. But
Rise can get in there and just become a rapid fire though, man. He once he starts turning it on, he's gonna be dealing a bunch of damage. You can never count out the Rise for dealing damage.
that's true, and I
We'll
think
see if
Undy's.
Undy steps up to the plate.
Yeah, and I think he will. I mean, he's really good at staying safe and farming up and hitting his power spike and then going in. So, I think we're going to see him, get a couple items and we'll see what exactly like you laid out. I think he's going to get in people's faces and machine gun those spells. The Jin Morgana lane as well. That's a pretty frustrating lane if you get tagged. If you get
Yeah,
tagged, you're getting,
absolutely.
yeah, the Jin route into the Morgana. I mean, that's pretty much a kill lane there as well.
Yeah, I think that there's gonna be fireworks in the bot lane. But like we said, it's Hobie's first match, and they might play a little passive. Um, But with this new season, that like the games have just been wild. There's been you get 50 kills in a 20-minute game.
Yeah, and another thing to mention about the league, we did this thing where we have a big skill discrepancy in the game. Our highest ranked player is D3, our lowest ranked player, I believe, is Bronze 2, maybe Bronze 1. And what we did in this league is we did a protected pick, or protected pick each side can declare for their last pick. And Team Step Brothers protected Ziggs, Hobie protected Zion, but neither one went for their protected pick, so it looked like they were just using it as a bait this round. No one utilized that power there. All right, looks like we're loading into the game. So we talked about comps, and I feel like I already know what you're gonna say, but it sounds like your prediction for this game, you think Step Brothers are gonna get the victory today.
Yeah, I'll give the edge to Step Brothers solely just because of their experience playing together. I'm pretty sure Hobie's team has been playing together. It's not that they haven't been. It's just that they haven't been playing any league matches. So maybe the pressure they'll crumble under the pressure. Or maybe they're gonna step up to the plate like we were looking for Undies to do. And
Yeah, I like to have diversity on the cast, so I really wanted to side with Team Hobie. I mean, honestly, I kind of do like their comp more. I think that Step Brothers, if they get rolling, they can snowball pretty hard with the picks they have and really get in there. Also, I'm noticing the cleanse on the Tristana. But I'm gonna say I think Team Hobie. I think they're gonna pull it out, dude. I think they're gonna come out with some a surprise here, and they have a lot of CC built in. All right, just setting up the stream real quick for us. All right, so let's look at keystones real quick as they rush out to either defend or invade here. Any surprises? Noticing graphs in the top lane for both. We got a phase rush on the Graves, and then we have some Dark Harvest going on between the Jhin and the Kha'Zix.
yeah, everything seems pretty standard for the most part.
Ooh,
I do like the aggressive play from Hobie right away here. They've got all kinds of lockdown with their level 1 champs.
and they're just rushing in.
They definitely have the edge. So I do love that play. They cleared that ward from Majin right away too, so they're in the dark.
They saw the Tristana on a ward though. Are they going to be able to cut her
Here they
off?
go.
I don't think they're going to be able to get anything here unless they have maybe a flash bind.
There's the bind. Double bind. Uh-oh.
Wow. Well, that might slow down the rise a bit. The kill went over to the Graves, which means almost every lane might feel the impact of that first blood.
Yeah, that's huge. He already went back, got into himself a longsword.
I love seeing that. The last couple of games I've casted, they've just done 5-point defenses, and I've seen no aggression at level 1, so that's pretty exciting. I like to see that. So we just have standard starts, bot side starts for both junglers. Yeah, I mean, top lane, I think the Poppy has an edge just because if he plays it right and he has good timing, he's not going to get stunned by the Camille. And he's going to be tanky, but, that's if he has the timing, right?
Absolutely. I don't really play either of those champions, so I've never played this matchup personally. But Poppy's got to definitely have the edge there.
Oh. And I almost want to say the bot lane, I mean, the Alistar's pretty beefy. They could have the right engage, but I still feel like the advantage probably falls on the Jhin Morgana's pressure. Little trade here in the mid lane.
A lot of aggression coming out from Quintessence here. Undies had a good trade back, though.
Yep, it looks like the Kha'Zix is going for a full clear here. I mean, the Graves is as well. Might be a slow start to a game as far as kills. I don't know, the Camille's got the HP advantage up there, but it looks like the Poppy went biscuits, so that's gonna help her survive that little early laning phase.
Yeah, she's gonna have plenty of a sustain with those biscuits coming in.
Yeah, just good trades from Life of Aori there, getting quick little autos in there and proccing that grasp.
Graves is looking top here. I don't think there's really much that's gonna happen. Maybe we could see a 2v2.
It looks like he's
Or maybe he's
pushing it.
gonna go stomp the bug in his jungle here a little bit.
Yeah, he spots him. Looks like just a small trade.
Just gives him a little shotgun shell to the face.
Poppy is rotating, but I don't think anything's gonna come from it. So you said, you mentioned you thought you knew who Hobie's first pick was, and that was...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Griffin Dart,
Okay, okay.
their support.
Is he a plat player?
Yeah, he's a platinum support, and then I think he followed it up with Quintessence, their mid laner, who's actually playing pretty well. He's got a sizable mana discrepancy as well as a farm lead in the mid lane right now.
Yeah, you're right. The Rise has no more mana at this point. Camille as well, but we got a lot of trades going on here. Kha'Zix just sleeps over the wall. Graves is chasing. He's got the slow.
He's got that red buff.
He's probably gonna need two
Could be
more
trouble.
autos.
Didn't want to take it.
Yeah, didn't want to blow sums. I think he needed two more autos there, and I don't think he thought he could get it.
It's okay though. They'll definitely take that trade. He's taking the Kha'Zix's Krugs now.
Yeah, Hobie's being pretty aggressive out the gate here. I mean, he did get the first blood. He knows 10 AD up. He's really getting in their face. Alright, Alistair goes in for the knock-up. I mean, this is a 2v3, but they're running out. Kind of surprised there wasn't a...
bomber action there from the Graves.
Yeah, blowing up his teammates. I was kind of surprised. I thought I'd see some CC thrown out to try to turn that 3v2. Maybe they were worried they didn't have sight of the Kha'Zix. Looks like Rise blows his TP mid to get that mana back. Another big trade.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start seeing some TPs coming out here. We got Poppy's pretty low top. As you said, Undy's already TP back mid.
Yeah, and I don't see any like sizable CS leads except for really the Graves and maybe the Camille is gonna start pulling away here, but
yeah, Camille's got a bit of an edge here. Plus, she's got a big wave coming her way too.
She's up a lot of CS if she collects that wave. I guess I'm not fully surprised that this is happening early, but I think once the Poppy gets some armor rolling, it should sway the other way. I know rushing the Cinder for the Sunfire Cape is nice for that added damage, but I would almost rather see armor. Ooh, big binding on the Tristana. The Alistair goes in. The Tristana jumps back though.
Black shield.
A little out of sync there, but he's coming back in. Exhaust is blown. Flash is blown.
Good flash.
He doesn't have the follow-up though from the Triss. So flash for flash, not bad. And a heal as well.
Oh, we got a 3-on-1 top lane. Hobie's coming.
Yeah,
I think there's anything to come from it though.
Yeah, just provide that pressure to walk him out. So they're definitely putting some resources towards that Camille, which, I mean, it's smart if you can get her rolling. I think she could win the matchup, but got a little Hex Flash from Alistair here. Hoping they step up. So who's better at taking a Drake, Turd? Is it Graves or Kha'Zix? Neither one solo
They're
it?
both great for sure, but Kha'Zix has that isolation damage. He can just really melt anything as long as it's by itself.
Oh, that applies to minions as well.
I'm pretty sure. At least I'm pretty sure it's any enemy actually.
Interesting. I mean, that makes sense. I've never personally played
Unless
Kha'Zix.
it got changed.
See, there's that Tristana. Cobb 12 is really aggressive on that champion. I expect to see a lot of jump forwards from him.
Yeah, I definitely know he's not shy with hopping around with her. He gets those resets going, and
Yeah, we're getting a lot of frame rate drops. on the stream right now. I'm going to try to fix that real quick if we have a dead moment, which I think we do.
Yeah, that's definitely looking better for me already, the way it was.
Okay, that's good at least. Yeah, we're getting a little bit more frames. Sorry, we're dealing with some new technology here on the broadcast side of things, and we're trying to iron out a couple of the last kinks here. Okay, Kha'Zix is mid, covering for the rise, probably pushing the wave, but we see 3 people collapsing mid, but looks like everyone gets out, and then another big trade here in the top lane.
Yeah, I think looking over at CS again, top lane, there's definitely a sizable margin, and then jungle and mid, you got to give it to Hobie's team. Hobie got first blood.
Yeah, big trade.
Rushing top lane.
Yeah, the Camille is playing pretty fearless. Nice little trade to pop the shield and the grasp. Kha'Zix is in the area, but I don't expect a 2v2 here. Both teams are playing pretty cautious, pretty slow. Mid lane is getting a little bit of a CS lead on the Lux's side of things. Okay, there we go. Our technology is finally fixed. We doubled our frame rates, so that's good. Alright, big fight here. Alistair going in, has the R, able to absorb
great
this.
from Tristana.
Yep. While they are going in, 2v3. Do they get the kill at least? Can they trade for one more?
Oh man.
That's not bad, a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I would think you would be thinking about your exit, but they decided to push the gas. I love to see that aggression. I mean, I think that's why I was mentioning in Champ Select, I think Tristana is one of Cop 12's best champions. I think he plays it really to its limits and is really aggressive. And not to take anything away from Majin Boom at all, I think that was a great Alistair play there. Got the most out of his ult, popping it early, absorbing the Gen R. So now we're starting to see some items come through. Obviously we're in the preseason, items just got updated. I'm excited to see what people think is the meta or what they think is great on their champion. You see that right there. That
great knock up. Yep.
Great W.
Oh, detail with a roam. This is good. Oh, what a bind.
Nice.
Flash forward.
Yep.
Nice. Locked it down.
Nice Poppy R there.
Down with a great ult.
Yep, and I think he can just walk this out. He's tanky enough now. The Camille's not going to be able to get enough from him.
Actually, that's some pretty good return damage too. Blue team doesn't have any wards up here. Hobie could sneak up and really do some damage.
Yeah, here we go. Camille has a lot of mobility though with that stun. They're just going to go in for it. Hobie's got a lot of damage. Can he...
Oh, wow.
1-for-1 now. Can he chase him down? He does have the flash. Flash for flash. Wow, that was another great little skirmish, little 2v2 there. Game's pretty even. We only see 100 gold difference. They're matching aggression with aggression here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We talked about nerves a little bit and playing your first game in the Legends League, and I'm not seeing that from Team Hobie. They're making plays. I think a lot of it's centering around that first blood, giving him a lot of confidence. Hobie's on a comfort pick. He's one of the highest ranked players in the league, and he's showing it.
Yeah, he's got his lead and he's running with it. He's got some shutdown gold on him. Oh, some huge aggression towards Quintessence. Misses the Q. He's going down to this for sure.
Yep. Donated to the Trist. That was 2 flashes for the kill, but I think it was worth it. Tristana's getting a little lead here, matching the Graves. Again, keeping the game at 100 gold difference here. We'll see if Thunder's able to... Looks like he's calling off the Rift, deciding to go top with Majin Boom. They have the Rise to cut it off. This is a great rotation from the entire team. Well played. Are they going to be able to give it over to...
Oh no, the Blast Cone.
Oh no, and then we have another trade here in the river with the Camille. And the Poppy made it out with her speed from her W. Well played. Fat Boy beatdown. Wow, that's amazing. That was I think that was a great collapse from Step Brothers, but an even better escape from Fat Boy Beatdown.
Absolutely.
They're
With
calling off
everybody
this
being top,
drag.
they thought they could go for the dragon, but we got TP coming in from Poppy. Double TP.
Yeah,
Blue
well,
team's a little split up here. Oh, great binding. Undeep is gone. That's their AP damage.
Yep. Poppy's ult goes wide. Majin Buu's getting in there. He has the Alistar pop. Tristan is roaming up.
He's
Great
so deep.
stopwatch. Great stopwatch by the Morgana there. While this
He
is
locks
getting
down the
chaotic.
dragon.
Yep, can they chase the Kha'Zix? They get a big...
Thunder. He's sneaky.
He is. They chased him down though. That was not good for Step Brothers there. They lost the drag and 2 kills. Great capitalization from Team Hobie. And this Graves is really pulling away with the CS.
Yeah, he's already got his mythic item. He's got that eclipse going.
Yeah, he has the most CS in the game. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the gold. Yeah, he has the most gold in the game.
2,000 over the Kha'Zix. So, you know, he's feeling good about that.
What an amazing play by Cobb12 there. He knew the exact amount of damage he needed to deal. He popped his flash for it, had the bomb fully stacked, and pressed R.
Graves is creeping down in the bot lane here. Alistar's hovering, but yeah, she can jump out.
And she doesn't have a lot of mana either. Looks like we have a spectator bug with the Alistar hovering.
Yeah, he's flying around.
See, this is about the point that the Poppy's finally got some armor. Has the health. I'm thinking this is where, and a level lead actually at the moment. I'm thinking the Poppy can really start to push that advantage up here in the top lane and pressure the Camille more. To see, the Camille does have that true damage on the second Q.
Yeah, you can never really count Camille out. She's a champ.
Well, yeah, and the Camille really could just roam. I mean, you don't have to sit here and try to beat the Poppy in lane. You just roam and you're going to have a lot more mobility and pick potential than the Poppy does. I mean, Hobie's really styling this game. He's increasing that CS lead. He's got a big bounty on him. But at the same time, you know, that's a big check that can be collected here. He's coming up top lane. He's letting the fight play out a little bit before he shows. I think he's waiting for that E to go and cooldown from the Camille before he pushes in.
He doesn't have a flying cow though.
Big Poppy R there. Camille R to push back, and then the E to just get out. Can he chase it with his R? He's going for it. Wow.
Wow.
Took 3 turret shots there. Got the kill. He's definitely playing the Graves to limit. Nice flash. The Kha'Zix got the flash from the Graves. Kha'Zix did take the Rift. I don't think we quite caught that. I think there's some fights going on the other side of the map.
Yeah, I totally missed the Rift play there also, actually.
Rift's nice to have, but I love to see a Rift pre-14 minutes to collect those plates or to get first tower, which they can't do either at this point. So, I mean, obviously Rift is still powerful, but, you know, it didn't get utilized to its fullest potential.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, you know, not picking up the Rift 414, but they are down nearly 3,000 in gold, and that'll help them maybe level it out a little bit here.
Wow.
Oh man, Quintessence nearly snipes Thunderpants.
So close. Yeah, and they didn't even get the mid lane tower. I was going to say that cow is still flying. I don't think there's any way for us to fix that spectator bug.
Uh-oh, Gryffindor could be in trouble here. Yep.
Got caught out while warding. Both teams are putting a pretty big focus on vision, which you love to see.
Yeah, it becomes a really tough game if you lose the vision battle. If you can't see in your jungle, the river, anything like that. You know, you can get behind and then you can't get out of your own spawn. Just bad things happen to people at that point.
Yeah. We're looking at a 2K gold lead. I think we saw at the peak it was 3K, so they've closed it up a little bit. Undies pushes for that mid tower. He gets it and gets out away from the Graves, and then we see another extended trade here in the top lane. And that Camille is getting the better of Fatboy Beatdown as far as these little trades in the lane itself.
Yeah, no doubt. Poppy's really looking to try to push her into the wall, and they're just having trades all the way through the lane. So he shanks Roman down, but they see him. He could be gone here.
That was a
Oh
great
my
pick.
goodness.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage out from the Lux and the Graves. I was going to say before that, the one saving grace for Step Brothers is that Tristana is also getting really big. She has the Kraken, which I think, no, it's not buffed until the next patch. I keep thinking that patch is already on live. And that cow is still floating. Alright, so we have the third Drake here. Step Brothers showed up too late to really contest it. And that puts them with the threat of the next dragon, gives them soul. So
yeah, they're on soul point here. Step Brothers, they're going to have to fight for every dragon for the rest of the game unless they want to give up the soul. It's not where you want to be, especially not at not even before 20 minutes here.
Yeah, and I don't think you want to give up Infernal Soul.
Yeah, that's a really good soul to get.
Yeah, especially with their high damage comp. I mean, they have the Poppy, but everyone else on their team's doing a lot of damage, and you do not want to give that soul over.
Absolutely. That Graves is already... He's got 2 items, 2 completed full items, plus his boots.
Yeah, the Graves is going to
700 gold shutdown. If Step Brothers can knock that off, I mean, they're definitely going to want it on one of these big carries.
Oh yeah, that would close the gold lead down to just 1,000 if they can get that pick. Well, speaking of that pick, the Camille's going for it, presses R, but he pops the Kha'Zix with the help of the Lux. Tristana popped the R and the E, but I don't think it's enough damage. Graves is pretty tanky. Wow, I thought they would be able to get Hobie there, but he made it out with that 700 gold bounty.
Yeah, I was starting to think he bit off more than he could chew as well, but even through the Camille ult, he makes it out. Good to go.
Yeah, the Camille didn't go Triforce. Obviously, that's the old build before the preseason. Camille's going the new Divine Sunder, which has the Spellblade effect, doing 10% of target's max health. I feel like if the Camille was farther ahead, or if the Graves wasn't as far ahead, they would have got that pick there, but he's just so far ahead at this point. I mean, he's level 14, the Camille's level 11. He has 3 levels on the top lane.
On a solo laner, yeah, that's impressive.
I mean, they have to do something.
Definitely making that first blood worth it.
I thought, and they had the Triss there. I think the Triss just didn't get enough autos to make that bomb big enough, or they would have had that pick. So, I mean, the potential's still there. They have the tools to get the pick. Just unfortunate it didn't go their way.
Yeah, they just couldn't quite collapse quick enough.
So it looks like there might be a pick or a potential no. I'm really wanting to see from Step Brothers that they set up 2 minutes out and get a lot of vision control of the river so they can make sure they get to the dragon on time. Looks like they're doing exactly that, kind of pushing in, getting some pressure here in the river, but Team Hobie's not just letting it go. They're actually pushing in. They get the Jhin R.
He's opening up.
Rise R is in response, but he got stunned.
Oh, he gets rooted.
I think the Lux is going to be able to chase this down potentially with the E. And the rest of Team Step Brothers just gets out.
Yeah, I think Step Brothers, they're just being a little too aggressive. They need to kind of slow it down a little bit. They're behind 3,500 in gold now. They've been fluttering between the 2,000 and 3,000 gold behind mark, so just kind of got to slow it down and let the Tristana scale.
Speaking of slowing it down, the Camille presses R. Alistair goes in, knocks up. Hobie again is dealing a ton of damage, flashes out. There's still a tower there, gets out. Thunderpants goes down on the Kha'Zix, and and Alistair ultimately has to flash out. And another pick
Hobie
that
just
looks
does
good.
not give a damn.
No, he does not. And this Tristana is getting some side pressure, collecting the gold on these standing outer towers. I want to see the Tristana base here, though. I mean, I still want to see that push for that drag. I don't
Yeah,
think
they're
they
gonna
should
have
just
to get
give it
down
up.
here. Yeah, they're not gonna have. They're gonna be late to the Vision party, which is ultimately late to the Dragon party. So, um, they got to get moving.
I never want to be late to the party. Alright, so Team Hobie's
Look at the
forming.
pink wards coming out from Hobie's team too. There's 8 pink wards in their inventories right now. Like they are definitely focused on denying Vision, and they're ready to pick up this dragon.
Yeah, they have 2 sweepers running along the entire length, and they almost get a pick here, getting the flash out of the Rise. Hobie's not stopping, though. They have the Jinnar coming out. Hobie's running him down.
Oh, it got canceled.
Oh, the Rise gets the shutdown, though. That is a huge 1-for-1 there. That's also the
And
jungler.
that's going on one of the carries. You know, that's what they wanted for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Cobb 12. That's awkward.
Yep. Oh, you do not want to see Thunderpants go down here. There's no jungler for this dragon that's spawning. A big fight here. Fatboy Beatdown gets the stun. They get the root. Alistair goes down. And even though they don't have a jungler, I think they're just going to go for it. I mean, there's not really anything but the Tristana.
Right, barring a miracle from Cobb 12 here. This is Infernal Soul.
Camille does have TP, but, you know, I didn't think we would see it at all there.
Well, now I'm guessing they're probably going to take all this Vision and shift it towards the top side. Look towards this Baron and seal the deal here. You know, they've been running away with it. We'll see what Undies does. He just did get 1,000 gold shutdown. And they've got a sizable shutdown still on the Graves and a big shutdown on the Lux too, so...
Wow, so the
they're
Graves...
not out of...
The Graves died and still has 200 gold as a bounty.
Right.
That's how far ahead he was. I'm looking at the CS
monster.
again. He's got 126 CS on the Kha'Zix. I mean, he has been power farming minions and champs. We get a binding here. The Alistair decides to go in, has to press the R. And man, he took so much damage despite that R running on the Alistair.
Yeah, usually we see Majin being able to run it down and be a crazy man with that Alistar, but Hobie is just way too powerful.
Yeah, they're falling behind here. It's getting a lot harder for them to kind of play the aggro style they like to play. So I'm assuming, I mean, what's Step Brothers' angle here? How do they find a way back into this game as Team Hobie's taking the Baron right now? Do they have a way back?
You know, I don't really know. They're gonna have to try to take down this Graves, and they've hardly managed to do it once. He went 1-for-1 in his death anyways, so somehow they're gonna have to get to him. He's basing, picking up a Bloodthirster, I believe, and Chain Best. He's gonna be a tanky boy. Maybe a YOLO play from the Kha'Zix, but Kha'Zix is just so far behind.
And they don't
Can
really...
you look at the gold, the individual gold right now?
Definitely.
I can only imagine that Graves is going to be
12,000, but really,
nearly,
I mean,
double the Kha'Zix's gold.
That's true, but Step Brothers does have the Tristana, right? The Tristana's only down 1,000 gold. I mean, they do have that, but the other thing I'm seeing, I mean, Lux is ahead, but Rise is not that far behind. The only thing I don't like is that Step Brothers doesn't have a really strong Wombo combo, right? They don't have a lot of ults that I think they can overlay to kind of get back in the game. They almost have a comp more about the picks with the Camille R and the Kha'Zix in the game, and even the Rise. So I don't know. This is gonna be a really tough game. I actually don't know how they get back into this game unless they just get lucky.
Majin did just get his flashback on the Alistar. Maybe that's how they do it.
So just a pick then? That's what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think
they're bleeding
Team
a
Hobie
lot.
is just playing so well. They're
yeah, I think this is the
roaming
team.
around the map well.
I think this is the team that's played 9 to 10 plus games together before they even win in Legends League, and a lot of the other teams just kind of grouped up and ran it. Oh, big knockup from
There
the
it is.
Alistar, but
Well, you know,
just not enough damage to follow
yeah,
up.
nobody's there to help follow up.
And Quintessence goes godlike on that Lux with a nice snipe with the R. I mean, they're probably going to get an inhibitor here. Unless the Tristana can really pressure them, but this is not looking
Yeah,
good.
they could definitely go more too. Rise is dead for another 30 seconds. Poppy is rotating back towards the mid, so maybe they're just going to go to a new lane.
Poppy does have TP. That was a nice, crucial flash from the Camille with the Jhin or the Morgana Q coming in. They are not leaving this base. They have 2 Canyon minions with the Baron buff, but it looks like Tristana's going to be able to poke those down. Poppy's getting the mid lane going, and they're going to be able to just walk right up to top and take that tower as well.
Yeah, and they just have to concede this. You know, that it's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, I think they take this they take this inhibitor, reset, buy, group up top, and with the pressure between mid and bot, you can just close out the game. Wow, Team Hobie coming onto the Rift in their first game in Legends League on a tear, playing
Yeah,
fearless.
they're making their presence known.
Tristana maybe over-evaluating her damage there, picking the Poppy
I like
as a
where her
target.
head's at, though. You know, you got to make a play somewhere, and fortunately, she could quite finish it off.
Oh, I love to see aggressive plays from teams. I hate when they just roll over, they don't pick a fight, they bleed out, and then they just end the game. I want to see you try to go for it, try to make the outplay. So I do like to see it. I just don't know if Poppy's the right call, right, with all that armor.
Well, I think their last-ditch Hail Mary here is probably going to have to be this Elder Dragon coming up in 30 seconds. And again, look at Hobie's inventory. Look at all these pink wards coming out. 6 pink wards to the Step Brothers 0.
Yeah, they're already in the river sweeping in preparation for it. Have 15 seconds to go before it spawns. He's even going to get a red buff as a consolation prize. Getting more vision. Alistair's trying to get in there and clear pink. The Tristana went for it! That was a huge pick!
Massive shutdown goal.
And hops right out.
Too.
Oh, I thought that was on the Graves. That was on the Lux. Still an amazing shutdown, but Hobie's
Their base
still
is
up.
about to be overrun by super minions. It's now or never for Step Brothers Gaming.
Tristana still has flash, and her R is actually coming back up here shortly. Yeah, but I think Hobie
That's
here
be
running down
trouble.
the undies. They still have the minions on the base. Hobie has the Elder. Well, hey, Team Hobie coming out in Legends League on a tear. I think they're about
Hobie's
to.
definitely making his presence known. And honestly, they all played very well as a team. Their team play, their macro was on point. They didn't lose a single objective
And their vision
outside
control.
of a couple of towers. But yeah, their vision control was definitely on point. What a first game from Team Hobie.
Yeah, congratulations, Team Hobie, going 1-0 in their first game of the season. And thank you from everyone here at Legends League for watching, and have a wonderful night.